I also can prophesize the future. And I also can see subliminal messaging.
Okay, I'll tell you what. Miss Pillberry's slow, girl. Now, I'm gonna
really? I'm pretty sure I could truck the shit out of you fucking overgrown baby.
Dude, whatever you're smoking, buy a ton of it.
I'm the greatest smack talker on the fucking face of the earth right now.
Possibility of women playing in the league. One day, I don't think it's impossible.
You fucking punk-ass bitch!
Jesus Christ, that hurt. I'm still gonna.
I'm fucking real, bro. You ain't shit.
Well, this is smacking off. If you don't like it, change your diaper and leave.
Don't be ridiculous right now, okay?
I'd rather watch softcore porn than have to watch all of that.
No, that's how you make opium, and then from there you gotta cross it.
Bro, who invited this dude, bro? What the fuck? Get this dude out of here, bro.
No, U.S. is far better than Oklahoma historically.
Papa, your meatloaf is moist as my pussy gets. I promise you that.
Okay. Oh shit, this has turned into King Arthur's drug class.
How long?
They need you back at the cash register in 5 minutes.
Well, Tiggy's life pipe minus the entertainment value.
Smacking Off the Podcast is starting in 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1.
And welcome back to Smacking Off the Podcast. I'm your host, Shannon Madden. I'm joined with Doug Phillips, my co-host and producer, as always. What's up, homie?
Not much.
We got a show tonight. Well,
we're trying to.
Yeah, this is some bullshit. This is like the second time this happened. We apologize for right out of the gate. We need to start off with this right now. We apologize to our fan base for not producing an episode Sunday. We had a epic blockbuster segment lined up, and Ricky Watson-Sullivan's ball fan extraordinaire is in quite a few of the groups that I'm in, pussied out. Straight up pussied out. We know this now. We thought maybe, okay, he got zucked because, you know, there's a rash of that going around right now.
Yep.
A lot of people on 30-day bans using their alt accounts. So we figured, okay, well, maybe there's he can't get in touch with us or what. No, he went ghost on purpose and then popped up the next day in all the groups. And, oh, man, I didn't know y'all were serious about that, even though we contacted him several times about it. And posted him up in group and a bunch of other stuff, hyping up the matchup between him and one Paul Garner, the reigning smacking up the podcast smack champion, I would
Absolutely.
think. Yeah, I mean, you know, he took down JPC, which people have been trying to take down JPC for years, and he's a sneaky bastard. He always comes from the side, and Paul snatched that snake up and ripped the head off. And then, I don't know, I guess he did such a great job that nobody wants to go up against him now. Can you blame him?
Well,
you heard that shit.
Mm-hmm.
There's got to be somebody out there. Somebody can go toe-to-toe with Paul Garner. Has to. He's a fucking Vol fan.
Garner wants to.
I like Paul, don't get me wrong, but he's a fucking Vol fan. I mean, let's be honest.
Go with the West Virginia guy. What's his name?
Jimmy Bailey.
Yes.
Big boy.
He said if we could get Jimmy Bailey, he'd be interested.
Yeah, that's Jimmy's he's our Moby Dick. He's an elusive white whale. I'm sorry, I couldn't help it. Everybody throws in a fat joke with Jimmy. But what if Jimmy's not really Jimmy? You remember the first time we met Jimmy?
Was it in the family?
No, long before that. F-bomb.
Really?
JPC's group, yeah.
I don't remember him.
Yeah. Our initiation into the smack world. Well, at least my initiation.
He's a West Virginia guy, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, you know, what do West Virginia fans have to crow about?
They played for the national championship back in 1988.
Yeah. I remember that, sort of.
I do too.
Yeah. Who was the coach then? Was that?
Don Nealon.
Yeah, then Rich Rod came after him.
Yeah.
On down the line, I don't think he was the next coach. I think there was a shake-up or two there. Rich Rod was almost coach Alabama. We've talked about this on the podcast ad nauseum.
Yeah.
What might have been.
No, he didn't accept a job.
No, he didn't.
Come close. No, Mike Riley's one accepted.
We came at Saban first, and Saban said no. And then Rich Rod said not no, but hell no, and then signed a big fat contract shortly thereafter.
No, Rich Rod actually entertained it. He was acting like he was coming.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. He was acting like he was coming, man. All that was is really just a stall to see if he could get another top-tier, program, or at least a top-tier money program, which Michigan eventually came calling with a big fat contract, and you saw what that got him.
The coach...
You can say what you want to about Harbaugh, but he's no fucking Rich Rod. That's for damn sure.
The coach that actually took the job and then reneged 3 hours later was Mike Riley.
And, a lot of people forgot about that, and that would have, I don't know, continued our streak of Mikes there.
Actually, what happened, it would have.
Yeah.
Mike Riley's wife said she was not living in Alabama.
Yeah.
Period.
I wonder if Rich Rod's, any of his family, he was married, right? Yeah. I wonder if his family had anything to say about that.
What is Rich Rod doing? I have not looked him up lately. I'm sure Wikipedia knows what he's doing.
He's probably a third down coach for Vanderbilt.
Yeah. All right. Well, we're supposed to have Joshua Lee on. Supposed to, but he's not.
That's kind of goes back to this whole trend we've had recently. I mean, there's really it's getting hard to find new folks to come on Smacking Off the Podcast, and I don't know why. We're a friendly bunch. We will not bite. But I don't know. We'll see. I mean, you want to throw a bone out there and see what happens.
What bone for Josh?
Yeah. Yeah, Josh has been in the group #FamilySmack recently, and kind of went toe-to-toe with a couple of our admins. It was a very interesting exchange and interesting backstory, like some of the other folks that we brought on the show. We know Josh. We've known Josh for quite some time. Hadn't seen him in a while, except on Facebook, and kind of has fallen under the banner of internet friend recently because he's moved off somewhere other than here. But he used to play in a band with my little brother. He was a bassist. They called him Crazy Josh. Yep. And Crazy Josh went absolutely apeshit insane in group for a while.
No, it was. I heard he was drunk. Didn't you?
Well, yeah. I mean, yeah, that happens.
It happens.
It does. You get drunk. You get in your feels on the smack groups. I don't know.
Well, we're supposed to have him and Amy Sheffield Welch.
Well, but that's interesting. Yeah, because that was probably the most heated of the exchanges. That and Anna Mary kind of came in and delivered the death knell there. I brought him back into the group, but he didn't last long. Poor fella. But I don't know. I think he's going to redeem himself. I got faith. I don't know. There's just I got this feeling.
It is.
That's Amy.
Don't say my name.
We got to because Josh is ghost right now.
Josh went ghost on us. He went.
Of course he is. He's a big puss.
We call that a Ricky these days.
Hey, this was his opportunity to tell the story, and you would have countered him, but now you get to tell the story.
Yeah.
Which story? I mean, there's nothing to tell. He just got his feelings hurt. He was drunk and posted a bunch of stupid shit, and then it was something he posted that was just ridiculous about hairy man's butts and stuff, and so I screenshot it, and I was like, what the fuck is this? Next thing I know, he lost his mind and went off about cut screenshotting, so of course I felt like I was being challenged, so I had to screenshot and spam him with it.
I think that was important. That was an important tactic, and I think that a lot of people that are uneducated as to how smack groups work need to watch that exchange. Yeah, Josh dropped. He's ghost. Joshua
is busy.
Joshua is not participating in this event.
Well,
that's sad because
he said he was good. He could do it.
He agreed to it. So yeah, that's 2 L's for Josh. Josh has got all kind of L's tonight.
So this is the second time. Well, she didn't know I was going to be on here, right?
No, we kind of skipped over that important
I don't know if
fact.
you guys remember, we tried to get Melissa May to come on this thing and
we did.
do this with me, and she would not do it.
Would not.
And now he won't do it. So, am I that scary?
Women's champion?
Yeah, Juanita is definitely the women's champion.
Ha! I think he said that. That's something else I can screenshot and post. He said that Juanita won.
Where did you get the name Juanita from?
I don't know. It just sounded like a funny name. So
okay, well, do you know that and this is a true story, my grandmother's name Juanita.
Really?
Yeah, my mom's mom. Yeah, Juanita Singer.
Song.
Yeah.
And on the Andy Griffith show, Juanita at the diner.
Yeah.
That's a real thing.
She was a hussy.
It just
I never
I've
seen
got
her.
a fascination with Mexicans, and it's just
There
like a
was
cool
actually
Mexican name to me.
no shit. There was actually an episode where Juanita. I think it's one of the color episodes where Juanita was actually one of the characters. I know I saw that, and she was a hussy.
I think you dreamed it.
No, she was a hussy.
Juanitas are sluts. Anyway, so.
Whoa, that's my grandmama you're talking about, bitch.
You don't know what Grandma did.
Okay.
That's true.
Actually, I do know what Grandma did.
You know even less about great-grandma.
She was kind of a hoe. She was. No, this is a true story, okay? And because I have, like, one of the most fantastic stories. I really need to sit down and write a book sometimes. I really do, because I've led quite a life. My grandmother, she actually came from a family, an evangelist family. And the very first televangelist ever, Rex Humbard, which was the guy that started this big mega church up in Ohio. And before that, the Humbard family and the Humbard family singers, they would travel.
Spell that for me.
Humbard, Humbard, Humbard.
Hey, should I take him out?
Google Rex Humbard. That's my great uncle.
Should I take him out of the graphic?
Yeah, you can take him out of the graphic. Josh is now not officially not participating in this podcast.
God, I'm so disappointed.
I am too.
Look, I haven't drank in a little while, and I even drank to get ready for this. I'm hammered right now.
You always drink to get ready for this. Come on now. True.
No, the last one I did was I was sober, and it was one of the most boring podcasts you guys have ever had.
Why do you say that? I thought it was wonderful.
I don't know. The one with Sky Anastasia was pretty boring.
Well, I don't know. I mean, I had a good time during it, but I remember Doug coming on, okay, guys, we're dropping people. We're going to have to go ahead and cut this short. Like, well, okay.
Oh, so you got your feels hurt.
Yeah, the one where we were talking about midgets and midgets.
So hang on. Amy has beef with Doug. This is a breaking development. I love this.
I truthfully don't even remember this. Go ahead and tell me about it, though.
Oh, yeah, Doug's going to be all smug about it now.
Yeah. I really don't remember.
Light into his ass, Amy. Fuck him.
I really don't remember it.
It wasn't bad. It was us and Annie, and we were talking about, I don't know what we were talking about. I know midget porn was a big deal in it, and towards the end it got really kind of dull, and Doug comes like, well, we're kind of dropping viewers like flies, and okay, guys.
Oh, you fucking asshole! Why did you do that to our oh my God.
You know that our viewers have a very short attention span. I mean,
well, I do too. I guess I'm a viewer.
I think we were actually hitting the hour mark.
Yeah, and Game of Thrones was coming on. I think it may have even been like the season or series finale. And
can you? And I was actually having this thought while I was driving to work, because I had to work all day today, and I luckily got to drive. The really nice, beautiful, scenic views in between jobs. And as I was driving down there, for some reason or another, I had this random thought about fucking Game of Thrones and the end of it. And can you believe that we got worked up into that much of a frenzy for that?
I was highly disappointed.
I mean, that's like worse than the worst sex I've ever had in my whole life, because at least it ended with an orgasm, no matter how piddly it was.
I didn't even get an orgasm out of it. So.
No, there was no orgasm to be found with that. That was Brand the Broken. Are you fucking serious with this shit?
Amy, I don't
Brand the fucking Broken.
Luckily, I don't have HBO. I actually pulled it off the streaming services, so I got to watch all that shit for free. So God help.
I use someone else's HBO.
Yeah, God help anybody that paid for HBO to watch Game of Thrones. That's what you fucking deserve.
My friend's mother paid for mine.
Steal that shit like I do.
I don't think you're going to be able to talk Joshua back into the group tonight.
No, that's not going to happen.
I really wanted him to come back. I was going to be sweet and promise to be nice, and then hit him with some bullshit tomorrow. But
I'm very disappointed that he was not there over the weekend.
Yeah, he wasn't there. What was it? Yeah, it was. He got kicked by Anna Mary. If you remember.
No, she didn't kick him out.
No, she just muted him. No, somebody eventually pulled him from the group. Somebody pulled him from the group. I think it was Anna Mary. And I think she just did it because she knew I was going to pull him right back in, which I did. And I kind of had a little talk with him, and he just didn't understand.
Oh, that's right.
He didn't understand anything. He walked completely over what I was trying to tell him, and yeah. Then he got his feeling hurt.
He came back and he did the whole apology thing. And within, like, the very next comment he made was...
You're a cunt, yeah.
Yeah, cunt.
No, he said,
I am a cunt.
It appears I hit the nail right on the cunt, he said.
And I think I addressed that in the original in the OP when I brought him back in and kind of, hey, go ahead and apologize to everybody. Because, Amy and Anna Mary are indeed cunts, but they don't need to be reminded of it.
And I didn't even care that he was calling me a cunt. I thought it was hilarious.
No, that was me. I did that.
Him so bad.
I did that. I just kind of let in for him to say, yeah, cunt was kind of harsh. I shouldn't have been that. No, he doubled down. Poor Josh.
And then just
he totally agreed with you.
We knew Josh though from a long time ago. We used to play in bands together, and he played in my brother's band. He actually played bass, and they called him Crazy Josh because he was a bit unhinged.
Oh no, I would never have guessed that.
Yeah. Well, I mean, but he grew up and's got a baby. I think he was just kind of he wound a little too far down.
And Haskell was all for him too. They're buddies, he said. So I was like, thought I could just mess with him like I do everybody else. But
Haskell
the matter he got,
Haskell. I'm beginning to suspect that Haskell is. I don't know. There's just some certain things that I know about Haskell now that I figured out, and I'm going to keep under my hat.
Oh, come on, spill it.
No. I would never share a secret with anyone.
Well,
can't win.
Haskell and Josh don't go back at all. I don't know. I mean,
do you know
they're
that?
probably just friends, Facebook friends, group friends, or whatever.
They may.
Yeah, but you can't.
I don't know for a fact. But
your group friend can't necessarily be your down ass ride or die bro, though. You know what I'm saying?
I have a couple that are.
I mean, maybe for like certain events, but I mean, seriously, when let's say the Nazis start coming down the line and shooting people in the head. I mean, really, how much of friends are you?
So
well, I do have blonde hair and light eyes, so.
Oh, so it's like that.
I'm a Nazi.
Yeah, I'm blonde hair,
Who
blue
the hell
eyed
is
too. I'm good.
Bethany Doda?
I don't know.
From Australia. Somebody added somebody to the group from Australia.
No, they did.
Yeah, they did.
No, they did. That's it. That's a thirsty Indian dude. You heard that Amy
all right, approved then. Shit.
Yeah.
Approve them, but make them send a voice clip so we can hear the accent.
Show your bobs.
Everybody should show bobs. So that should just be a prerequisite.
I don't know. I mean, I'm not really. I like titties and all. Don't get me wrong, but I don't know. I like pussy. I really.
You like what?
I like pussy.
Oh my God!
I mean, seriously,
like pussy.
Yeah, pussy.
God, say it like that again, pussy.
Pussy.
Oh my God.
You don't ever hear talk about pussy anymore.
I like
put
my
butthole.
fingers in it and smell it afterwards.
It's all butthole talk these days, is it not?
Yeah, there's a lot of butthole talk.
Let's discuss that.
Yeah.
I don't get it.
Are you? So you're anti-anal.
I am. Well, not anti-anal. I'm anti-butthole. I mean, it just people talk about.
Well, I mean, you know what anal is, right? Anal does involve the whole butthole, the whole hole.
Yeah, but why would you put your mouth on one?
Well, why not? It's there.
Fecal matter, man.
Now look,
there's a lot of shit that's there. That don't mean you.
I'm a plumber by trade, so yeah, I would much rather voluntarily stick my tongue on.
No.
I mean, I don't know. You got to. It's just like eating pussy. You got to smell check first.
Even then, I mean, no.
I mean, but if it smells all right, I mean, if it's clean down there, some girls are into colonics and whatnot.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, colonic. You get all of the poop out, every fucking last bit of it, all the poop.
And see, I don't even like talking about poop. It makes me feel kind of queasy just to talk about it. And that you see these girls on these groups and they talk about, it just makes me sick when they just brazenly.
Yeah, but they just talking about that shit. Those are the same girls that watch gangbang porn, but at the same time, if you actually have like a conversation with them, they're really mild in the bedroom. I've met I've dated that girl so many fucking times. I mean, not now. I'm a kept man now, but at the same time, yeah, that's a lot of that out there.
And see, there's people that make fun of me because I don't like to. I don't even want to say it out loud.
Say it.
Fart. I hate that word. I hate saying it. I hate how it sounds in my mouth.
Which word? What word are you saying?
She said fart.
Say it again.
Fart?
Yes, it's awful.
She said poot.
Poot.
Yeah, poot. Poot sounds better. But then
I love it when girls say poot with a southern accent.
Gross. Do what?
I love it when girls say poot. Southern accent, a very heavy Southern accent. Say
I
poot.
have no other way to say it, but it sounds so much more delicate than, the F word. It's so gross to me.
Could you say poot one more time? Let me loosen my belt.
Poot.
All right, next on Smacking Off the Podcast.
Oh, my God.
I'm going to bring the smacking off.
Josh is going to jump in here in the last second.
Off. Josh is not
and just
coming
cuss
in
the shit.
No, he
like
ain't
fucking
gonna say
dogs.
a fucking thing. He's too drunk. He got so drunk preparing for this episode that he's probably passed out right now. He's probably rejoined the group, and his dog cussing Amy as we speak.
No, I got drunk to prepare for this episode. He can't do it.
What you drinking tonight?
Just beer.
What kind of beer?
Bud Light.
Oh, my God.
Don't make fun of me.
I didn't say anything. I just said, "Oh my God, that could have been about."
You didn't have to say anything.
I was looking at the computer screen. It could have been something on the computer screen. It didn't have nothing to do with you and the fact that you're drinking shitty piss beer. So what else?
I can't deny it.
That's. I mean, really. If you're gonna go that route, why not get creative with it and like do PBR or something?
Ew.
What's your alternative to Bud Light?
Well, like when I go somewhere, I prefer Yuengling. Yuengling on draft is really
I
good.
drank a lot of Yuenglings back in the day.
But just at home, it's just easier. Just to
got a lot of weed
Bud
in
Light.
it. It's got a weedy kind of taste to it.
You know what I really like is Dos Equis. That's really good. Lime. Oh, that's really good stuff.
I don't know. It's Modelo and a few of those other beers are pretty much just about interchangeable. If you swap the labels on them, I couldn't tell you which.
Yeah, because whenever the happy hour place we go to, if they're out of Dos Equis, I'll say Modelo Dark, and they have it, and it's same thing.
Yeah, back when I used to drink, I was a High Life man, Miller High Life.
That's a true story.
That looks like a piss test to me.
It was, yeah, and trust me, it was. I mean, just like all the other beers, you're only leasing that.
So
shit
before
anyways.
where I work now, I was at a plant, and we had a new contract take over, and so they came in and just gave everybody a drug test all at once in the same day in the office. And this one guy walks out, and he's holding this little drug test cup of pee, and it looked just like Miller Heavy to me, with the foamy head and everything. It was like, oh, it just grossed me out. Thinking,
well, he was dehydrated. He should drink more. That's probably the guy that failed the drug test too, because he was probably dehydrated from all that crystal meth he's been smoking.
He needs some fucking water, is all I know.
Yeah.
It was awful.
Did you pass the drug test?
Oh yeah,
Excellent.
I could pass one right now.
I couldn't.
I could.
No, I'm just kidding. I could pass the drug test, sort of.
I've actually had friends ask for my pee. It's not often because I like the cocaine a little bit.
Well,
so
I've got a
sometimes I
child
can't
now,
pass
so
it.
if I need clean pee, I got a great source. She pees all
Your
the
kid?
time. Yeah, she pees all the time. No, I'm pretty good as far as that goes these days.
Yeah. And so is Josh
Sort of.
coming on or no?
No, he's not coming on.
What
There is no Josh in our horizon.
I don't know. There's something that popped up on here, but
and wasn't nothing popped up on there. I hit him up too, and he didn't hit me back. That's for damn sure.
He'd probably like to hit me.
No, I think
with his fist.
I think he'd like to hit you in your butthole.
Ew.
Say
That
poot.
always-
Say poot again.
Poot.
Excellent. Now you didn't say it right that time.
Poot.
There we go.
I'm still dying laughing.
It's the ooh. That's what it is. It's the ooh in that. Yeah.
Family Guy one night, and they moved to Texas or some shit, and they were listening to the radio, and there was this real twangy song, and you didn't really hear any of it. And at the end, the DJ said, "That was Merle Haggard with 'I Just Kissed My Baby with My Fist.'"
Yeah.
Oh my God.
I'm still Merle
You
Haggard.
gotta say it like that, Merle.
Yeah, I'm not a Family Guy fan. I'm sorry, but I've seen through that ruse many years ago. The only thing good about Family Guy is the occasional fight between Peter and the chicken, but other than that,
Oh my God.
They did go to Springfield one time.
I don't know if I've ever watched Family Guy.
yeah, you're not missing much. I'm not really a fan.
Aren't all those cartoons the same?
Not
I
exactly.
don't know. I don't know. Family Guy, there was a point where Family Guy was actually kind of halfway amusing, but for some reason or another, I've never really got the whole humor of, and that reminds me of the time when, and then they do some little stupid skit that had nothing to do with nothing, and I don't know, it just reminds me of a Dennis Miller monologue sometime. You remember Dennis Miller?
I do.
Yeah,
I think I'm just too old to really get into it.
Well, I mean, I'm old enough to reference Dennis Miller, so shit.
Yeah.
He's got a podcast too, just like I do.
I'm
equal. I'm finally equal to Dennis Miller. Praise Jesus.
Dennis Miller, didn't he do like Monday Night Football for about 3 or 4 episodes?
That was really strange.
Did they do Rush?
It wasn't awful.
Right. Did Rush Limbaugh do it one time too? Man.
I want to say that he did, but it was like a one-off thing or just maybe a kind of a tryout. Rush Limbaugh wouldn't be a horrible NFL announcer.
No.
I think he'd be better if he was like strung out on the pills again.
Who?
Rush Limbaugh.
He really was more entertaining when he was strung out on the pills.
He was strung out on the pills. He was on the good shit.
Man, we were getting.
You gotta go see your regular doctor. You can't even go in the docking box for some of the shit he was getting.
We're getting fucked from every angle every time we try to do a podcast lately.
Why?
Shannon Russell is ghost right now.
Oh my God! Are you serious with this shit?
Nope. I am.
Does that mean I go on with Walter?
Yeah, you might as well. Hell, you and Walter are friendly. Y'all are friends.
Very.
Internet friends, or was he one of your ride or die internet homies?
Probably not.
Okay. Well, we'll work on that. I think we need to do that in the next segment. We need to try to repair this relationship.
If we've got no,
or maybe just bind it closer together. Maybe it's just the relationship needs a little push.
Okay, now I'm back outside. I had to pee. Sorry.
Okay. Oh, were you peeing on air? Excellent.
I was.
Where's my thing at? Shit. I forgot. I've done like the whole episode and not had this thing going.
What is that?
People clapping.
That's applause. That's applause for you peeing on air.
Well, I tried to tell y'all to give me a second, but y'all hear me because y'all were talking about Dennis Miller.
That was a poop.
How? What?
Can you not hear me?
I can hear you just fine, Dennis Miller.
Juanita, we cannot hear you.
Shut up.
Well, what I had said was
what you
I tried to tell y'all to shh, but y'all were too busy talking about Dennis Miller and didn't hear me. I had to pee.
We typically do that.
Oh! So you wanted us to listen to you pee? Oh,
no,
that's hot.
I was inside and I was trying to hide from my children.
Did you poop?
Did I what?
Did you poop?
I don't do that.
Yeah, everybody poops. I've seen the book, the children's book.
Not me.
You poop?
I do not.
You do poop. You poop like twice a day, I bet.
I never do.
That's a lie. You do the colonics then, don't you?
I do nothing.
Bet your butthole's clean.
I don't know why that just tickled me. Where's Walter?
Tickled.
I guess that's what we're fixing to do. We may have to drop the call and take a break and then build it back.
Yeah, let's do that. So we're going to let you go for a minute. We're going to take a break, and then we're going to bring you back on with Walter. Sound good?
10-4.
Excellent. Let's do it.
All right. Bye.
Please consider donating to the Smackle de Jesus Cash for Rust charity. Let's help this Smack legend in his greatest hour of need. Thank you in advance for your most generous donation.
This ad has been brought to you by Doyle Hargraves Construction and Uncle Harvey's Tree Service.
You expect a hemorrhoid medicine to relieve pain and itch, but you get an extra therapeutic action with Preparation H. It helps speed relief to inflamed hemorrhoidal tissue with oxygen action. A special medicine in Preparation H accelerates the absorption of pure oxygen to help shrink swelling of inflamed hemorrhoidal tissue fast. And of course, Preparation H often relieves pain and itch for hours. When you choose a hemorrhoid medicine, remember, oxygen action is special with Preparation H.
Smacking Off invites you to join us on the podcast. If you have an opinion on an upcoming game, some commentary on your conference, or want to roll with one of your fellow smackers on air, hit us up. You can message us at the Smacking Off or X's and O's Facebook pages, email me at maddenshannon@toothfairy.com, or call us on the Smack line, 304-508-BAIT. And as always, fuck your team.
I want to bite your finger. It's a Dracula game. Just set the clock. Just try your luck.
If Dracula's cape opens, you have to put your finger in his mouth and press the lever. If he leaves a mark on your finger, you have to start over again.
He didn't bite me!
If you can sneak all the way around Dracula's house, you'll win the game.
You're not supposed to bite people.
It's a Dracula game.
I want to bite your finger from Hasbro.
You getting hot? Yeah, you getting thirsty? Yeah, this is a job for Kool-Aid. Hey, Kool-Aid!
Oh yeah, crash bang boom bang Kool-Aid wipes out thirst for you.
Oh yeah!
Crash a bang a boomer with a big bright smile and a fun taste too.
Oh yeah! Super, hey, your friend's cool. Our friend's Kool-Aid.
Kool-Aid brand soft drink mix. Oh yeah!
Our audio-only podcast is hosted at podcastgarden.com/podcast/smackingoff. Or find us on Google Play Music. Or on iTunes.
Are you irritated with something we said on the podcast? Well then fuck you. Call the Smack line and tell us all about it at 304-508-BAIT. Don't be a pussy fuck boy. Call the Smack line today. Messages left on our Smack line will be used at the end of Smacking Off the podcast episodes.
Give me just a second here. Hold on just a second.
And we're back on Smacking Off the Podcast. I'm your host, Shannon Madden. Doug Phillips across from me. We got Amy Welch in the motherfucking house.
Can you hear me?
And we also have Walter Bryan. Yes, we can hear you just fine, sir.
Word. I had to connect my devices. I got a brand new phone like 2 days ago.
Amy, can you hear us? Amy. And we're having some technical difficulties with Amy. Amy, drop the call. Come back in. Anyways, Walter Bryan, what's up, homie?
Shit, nothing, chilling.
I can't tell.
Chilling, man.
Well, tell me about your chilling. You're up in Lynchburg, Tennessee, correct?
I am.
Where they make all the whiskey.
Yep, every day.
Every day, all day. Is Lynchburg still dry?
Yep.
So you still got to go out of town for your libations.
No, actually, we have a visitor center that sells alcohol 7 days a week, but of course, it's only going to be one brand.
Whatever factory you happen to be touring at the moment, I'm sure.
Yeah, well, it's all Jack.
Is it just the Jack Daniels in Lynchburg? Nothing else?
That's all you can buy. Whiskey wise?
Oh wow, okay.
Yeah, actually, it's still a dry county, but as part of the tourist experience, we have a bottle shop.
Why is it still a dry county? Is it pretty conservative up that way?
I don't know. I don't know why it's still a dry. I mean, in 2020 almost.
You'll probably be able to smoke weed there before you can actually drink the whiskey.
Probably.
Yeah.
Well,
Hey, am I on this or not?
Yes, you are. What up, homie?
Not much, homie. Where's Shannon?
I gave you like a big intro and everything.
Yeah, Shannon Russell she's ghost. We can't find her.
Shannon Russell will ghost on us
She's
too.
on.
Is Shannon Russell here?
Yeah.
Holy shit. Yeah, she's here.
Hell yeah. Threesome.
What up, guys?
If Shannon's on, I can jump off?
No, you can stay on.
No, you got to stay.
Everybody stays.
Okay.
Everybody's going to share in this experience.
I was listening to it earlier.
I love that thing so much.
I hate that thing so much.
No, this thing is amazing. It really has changed my life. It's changed my perspective and everything.
You used it like either last week or the week before, and you kept doing it over everybody, and you couldn't hear. I wasn't on the podcast, but I was listening, and I couldn't hear anything over that stupid clap.
It's fucking awesome.
Hey, how many sounds does it have?
9. 9 of the most important sounds that you need for podcasting. That's my favorite.
Oh my God, that's the worst.
Does it have a war eagle sound?
No, fuck that, man. I'd
Thank
throw that
God.
shit in the trash and step on it and burn the trash and feed the trash to like dogs in the neighborhood and watch them shit it out and then stomp on it some more and then.
Jesus, so aggressive.
Yeah, fuck Auburn. Fuck them trees. Fuck them trees. Yeah, I said it.
Oh my God.
Yeah, yeah. What you want to do, big boy?
Let's pick on the LSU fans.
No. What do we need to do that for? Did you watch that last game that we had with him?
Do we have an LSU fan on?
We have an LSU fan on. Shannon Russell, what up, homie?
Shannon was a Bama fan.
No, Shannon.
Clemson.
No.
Oh, my bad. She's Clemson now.
Yeah, she's a Clemson dick rider now.
Oh.
What up, homie? How you doing, Shannon? The other Shannon in my life, other than the most important Shannon, the one I see in the mirror every fucking day.
God.
First of all, Clemson has the same mascot as us. They also have purple in their colors.
Right,
And
exactly. So
their
it's
stadium's the same
it's
name.
pretty much the same thing. I mean, it really is.
And
they've beaten Alabama.
Yeah.
In the last.
Better players than LSU also.
Yeah, they do. They do that.
They have what?
Better players than LSU.
That is
I don't know
correct.
about that.
I'm pretty sure of it.
That sounds disputed.
I don't know. I don't know. The Bama game, the Bama LSU game, just kind of indicated to me that we were playing against a lesser team than when we played Clemson.
Yeah.
They
Yeah,
have
I
a better
believe.
coach. They have a better coach. We have some good players.
Yeah, there's some good
Hey,
players at LSU. They didn't. None of them scored any points last year, but there's
Hey,
some
LSU
good players.
had a hell of a kicker last year. They had a hell of a kicker.
They did, but
We did.
he still wasn't able to get any kicks off. There wasn't anything. LSU didn't score any points against Alabama last year. Do you remember that?
I do.
Yeah.
I think I got 56 yards in that George game. Was it 56 yards or was it 54 or something like that in the George game? Something crazy like that.
Yeah, it was huge, and he had two. I think he had two great kickoffs in the Bama game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were.
Y'all got a kicker finally?
I don't know. We didn't need one against LSU last year. That's for goddamn sure.
Oh, we gotta stop.
I think a kicker is all we did need. To be completely honest.
I mean, yeah, we could have just kicked. Yeah,
We could have just lined up and kicked a field goal.
We could have kicked one field goal and still beat LSU last year. That's
Yeah,
amazing.
That son of a bitch beat us with the last second ticking off the clock last year.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna get that back. I've been telling Shannon, I want you guys to agree with me, and you got to go out on a limb with me here.
Okay. All right.
Way out. But I told
Way out.
Shannon that this year is going to end the streak in Death Valley. It's going to be a
Auburn.
20-year anniversary. We're going to do it.
Hey, the last time I was on this with you guys, I made a bet, and I don't even remember what we were betting against, but I ended up in an Auburn shirt because of this shit.
You bet on that 1 point fucking loss last year for Auburn.
God.
I would actually like to see you in that Auburn shirt.
It was terrible.
Hit me up in my DMs, but I only want to see just the Auburn shirt. I don't need anything else.
Yeah. No panties.
Jesus.
Let's not bring him into this, okay?
Auburn is going to lose again.
No, I don't think so. I seriously don't think so. The wildest rivalry in college football is about to we're about to make a mark this year for LSU. We're going to mark their decline, hopefully.
Man.
Skid, we call that a skid mark around my
I
house.
may have to pull for Auburn in that one.
No. You're not going to pull for Auburn.
I mean,
you got to, Shannon.
You can't. You cannot.
I'm a fucking Alabama fan. Don't tell me what I'm supposed to do, Aub.
If Auburn loses this game, they're never going to hear the end of Shannon Russell.
This is true.
No,
oh, sorry, Shannon Russell, you're here. Sorry.
Yeah, Shannon Russell, you have the floor.
Anybody loses, Shannon's on it.
Yeah.
Well, if it comes to Alabama or Auburn.
Yeah.
And she still brings up.
I gotta be honest.
She brings up Troy a lot.
I thought it was just Les that was so fucking lucky for years, but I don't know, man. If you look at the last two Auburn LSU games, they still got the old fucking horseshoe around there somewhere.
Yeah, but we were unlucky in a Texas A&M game.
Well, goddamn, you got to close that out like in the first 60 points.
Yeah.
We could have scored one field goal and won that game last year.
I remember that about that game.
That would have been amazing.
I'm a fan.
The shit I could have talked for Alabama to win that game 3-0 was.
That's
I mean,
good.
I almost
good
was
question.
embarrassed to even log in after 29-0. I mean, that's just like. I mean, that hurt my feelings for LSU fans, sort of.
Well, what are Bama fans going to do if they do lose to LSU?
Do what?
Like, if a Bama fan does lose to LSU this year, man, how hard are you going to take that after 8 in a row?
Terribly.
Exactly.
What are you talking about? What is all this conversation coming out of your mouth right now?
You're going to take it about as bad as LSU's going to.
I don't understand a word you're saying because
I mean, it's not going to happen.
Coach O is
completely
completely defeated by Nick Saban lifetime. Nick Saban has Coach O's number so fucking hard. There's no way that man will ever lose to Nick Saban. Ever win against Nick Saban.
What?
I totally agree.
Sorry.
I totally agree with what you're saying.
I got drunk with power there for a moment.
But what if we win?
I was filled with the
Y'all know
spirit of
I'm on
Saban.
Facebook, and Zuckerberg is going to be monitoring me. I'm going to
I
blow
can
it
see
up.
it now. If they won,
Yeah.
Shannon would be like, every other word would be fool and Bama.
Well,
That's not going to happen.
God, it would be awful.
Coach O will never, ever.
y'all
I'm
leave
predicting
the
this on the
I'm gonna have
podcast
to
right
rage
now.
quit.
Coach O will never, ever, not in a million years beat
Now
Nick
you
Saban.
sound like my daddy.
True story.
Oh,
I just told Shannon knows
Daddy.
how I feel about it. I just told Shannon the same thing this week at some point on a thread. Is that I do not worry because she was like, you know that Alabama's going to lose this game eventually, and I said, of course, but it's not going to happen as long as O is there and Nick Saban's at Alabama.
You know, speaking of coaches, LSU coaches, Les Miles to Kansas.
He's
How
at
about
Kansas?
It's a real
How about
thing.
them fucking Jayhawks?
I didn't know that.
I've already picked them to win 3 to 4 games this year, which they'll probably erect a statue.
What if Les comes out there and shocks everybody and wins 6 games and they go to a bowl and they actually show
Was Les the
decently
one
in a
that
bowl?
ate grass
They beat
or ate
UCF in a bowl. Yeah.
Oh, no, Les never ate grass. Did he?
Yeah, he ate grass. He's a grass
One of
eater.
the coaches ate grass and one ate boogers, and I can't ever remember.
Okay, we'll see. Okay.
God, about 8 of them ate boogers.
I think
Hell,
Gus
fucking
was the booger eater.
Sarkisian ate boogers. Lane Kiffin ate boogers. Harbaugh famously ate boogers.
Also,
there's a bunch of them.
Malzahn.
Yeah, Malzahn.
Somebody
ate,
called
yeah. Oh yeah,
Malzahn chewing on a booger.
yeah.
Yeah, sure did. Hey, I tell you what though. I think,
Coaching is a very stressful job.
I'll say this about
So eating a booger reduces stress? I didn't know that.
I was watching some tennis match the other day, and somebody posted a little clip up on Facebook, and dude like sticks his whole fucking hand up his ass and then sniffs it for like 3 seconds. Somebody caught him on camera.
You don't smell your own brew, man?
No.
I mean,
We had this conversation earlier. It seems like this conversation's gone full circle now.
anytime you scratch, you have to smell.
We're gonna continue the
smell
conversation of smelling ass tonight here on Smacking Off the podcast.
I think we should hit Shannon Russell on this one.
No, Shannon Russell's on. She's here.
Shannon
Russell's on this.
Let's talk about what Shannon was just talking about.
I want to hear Shannon say butthole.
Yeah, poot. Say poot for me one time.
Why?
Why? I don't know.
Why?
Why do birds sing, man?
Oh my gosh.
Shannon, you're not into ass play.
I just want to hear Shannon say something.
Something dirty.
Well, you keep interrupting her. I was trying
She
to.
don't. You know, Shannon's crazy as shit, but she is always on her game. She's not showing tits. She's not talking dirty. She's not flirting.
Nope.
And I respect the shit out of her for it.
So you think that maybe?
Can you imagine if I did? Lord have mercy. Everybody would be that.
Oh my God,
girl, you would be a target.
Well, you know what?
Oh no! Y'all are being ridiculous right now. Because I say shit like that all the time, and I'm not a target.
1 second now. I actually consider when she tags me in shit every week, I consider that flirting.
Hang on. I think I got one for that.
Awkward, right?
Yeah. Let me do that one more time. Yeah.
I'm with you, Doug. I'm with you.
Yep. I know you was.
That sweater for...
Are you saying that she's tagging you in Facebook posts naked?
Hey,
I don't know what she's wearing when she tags me.
Annie and Shannon had a beef last week.
Really?
Let's talk about that.
Annie and Shannon had a beef last week.
Not you.
I can
Yeah,
sort
they
of
had
hear
a-
you.
They
Yeah,
had a little beef.
you're breaking up, Captain.
I don't what?
You're breaking up.
Oh no! Come back! Come back!
She ran out of minutes.
That's that Baton Rouge signal.
Are you hating
Can
on?
you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear
Yep.
you.
Nope.
She's on that 3G network. She's
No,
on. She's
it's
on.
not coming
No,
in
that's
at all.
2G.
2G.
Yeah, that's.
I feel like I'm having a seizure right now.
Can you hear me?
No,
Yeah.
not really.
Stand still.
Shut up, Walter. You don't know nothing.
Climb a little higher in that pine tree.
Yeah, they are subterranean there. Pretty much the whole state
Right.
of Louisiana is going to fall off into the ocean one day. Everybody thinks it's going to be Florida, but my money's on Louisiana.
Louisiana's already in the ocean.
Yeah.
Swampy, hot.
We lose California, we're definitely losing.
I love New
Louisiana,
Orleans.
too.
New Orleans is a wonderful town.
Oh,
It
New
really
Orleans
is.
is my favorite place in the world.
It used to be mine. I can't drink anymore. I get stupid
It's
when I
really
drink.
a toss-up between New Orleans and Key West.
I've never been to Key West.
never been.
I've had a
my
couple.
God, I love
Kaysen and Lily Peacock. They actually live down there for a spell because he does like union electrical work. And he travels all over the place. So what he does is they instead of him like traveling and staying in a hotel, he just gets in the RV and takes the whole family with him. It's the coolest thing
that's
ever.
awesome.
Oh yeah, they live like a wonderful, like magical life. I love them dearly. And
I'm
need to get
jealous
them.
of their life now.
Oh man, we need to get them back on the show again. They're good.
All right.
They're funny. They're a hot couple too. I mean, really, they're both of them are just
They
beautiful.
are.
Are they
Beautiful
still in the
people.
group?
Yeah.
We gotta get Tiggy on first though.
Yeah.
Tiggy.
Did y'all hear what Tiggy did? I gotta put this out there for anybody that
Hey,
did.
let me ask this real quick.
Go
Is
ahead.
Tiggy Justin Pike?
No.
Are you sure?
Yeah, we've had a segment.
Justin's a lot smarter than Tiggy.
We have had a segment with both of them on, and we've also had separate segments with either of them on, and it was definitely two different people.
Okay.
Yeah, we actually.
Tiggy's very young. He's only like 20 years old.
Sky Anastasia?
He might be Tiggy.
Oh
He could
God.
be Tiggy.
No,
Is
he's
he
not.
Tiggy or is he Justin?
No, Sky is Sky.
Sky.
He's from Utah.
He is definitely from Utah.
And Sky was dropping some funny shit the other day, and I noticed that like you were busting on him, Shannon, man. You like picking on the handicap members.
Sky and Sky and myself.
I forgot.
Sky and myself go way back, and actually, you can go back and listen to previous episodes where we've referenced Sky. But yeah, Sky actually took over Mike Gibbs' group, that Infinite Sports Zero, and he was an admin there. And Mike, doing some of his Mike stuff online, got in trouble and got his main account zucked. And had
Mike's a strange cat too, man. He's a
yeah,
rare
I know.
bird.
We've had Mike on a couple times. Mike,
My main account is
but-
up right now.
But Mike actually like got booted from his own group by Sky. Sky like got hungry with
Jesus
power
Christ.
and took over this little like there were right at 2,000 members at that point. So I was still an admin there, which Sky in a little power play demoted me to mod just by even saying something about it. So I started kissing Sky's ass, and later that night I went in and completely dismantled the group.
Well,
my
you did.
God,
You
so
did
you're
a
one of them.
You did a public service.
I would never
by-
do something like that.
Oh, I
yeah,
did.
I mean, you took down a Pac-12 group, man. Nobody fucking noticed.
Well, I mean, I still took down a group so you kiss my balls, dick.
I'm just saying.
Why are you coming on my fucking podcast hating on my shit? What the fuck?
You did college football service, man.
Well, I agree with that. Okay, yeah. See, you're hearing fucking backtracking now.
We're gonna
Okay,
build.
so let me ask you, speaking of taking down groups, is Roddy Baccoon, is he not in the group?
I
He's
don't know.
He's
what
in
he
Family
does.
Isn't?
Yeah, he's still in there, I think.
Yeah, he is.
I think I told him he had to make a joint account, and
we let him back. Yeah, we let him back in.
Well, he said a few minutes ago when I was like, right before I went on about the cunt screenshot guy, he said, well, I'm not in the group. I'm banned from the group or whatever.
No.
He is not banned from the group.
No, he was for a minute there. He went.
Well, yeah, I know
He started rolling a little too hard in the paint. There are people that I have on my friends list, and some of the people, if you go into my personal profile and we're actually friends, I don't get butthurt about it, but I'm definitely going to remove you from our little playground. Just because, I mean, I'm not really petty about anything, but if I add you to my friends list, and you got to be cool and respect like the unwritten rules of being in smack groups and also being
I'm
on
about
somebody's
to correct everybody
what
on your
I
friends
like to
list.
refer to their PG page. You know what I'm saying? And start, then they start posting weird stuff, and then it just becomes a thing because my dad's on that
like
page.
you guys
I've got family
not really
members on that
count in-
page and my nieces and things like that. So
like the last time I was on the team,
Yeah.
you guys tagged me on my real account in the midget porn podcast. God, I wanted to kill y'all.
Oh well, you need to now.
I thought you were going to say thank you.
I will say
No,
this, and
my dad and my
I'm
kids
going to give
do
you
this
a
shit.
pro
They're
tip
like, "Oh
right
my God."
now. You can actually set your page up. You can set your feed up to actually approve. And if anybody ever tags, because I get tagged and shit all the time, but you never see it on my timeline.
I did
because I
that
have it
after we
set.
discussed this the last time.
Yeah, and
After I had my little
I'm the only
manic
one that can
panic
see my
moment.
tags.
Well, I'm saying this because there's people out there listening. You can actually do that to your Facebook page. You can lock your page down in various different ways. I do. I keep a couple things unlocked just so people can see that I'm an actual real profile because I get added into groups all the time, and smack groups can be a dangerous, hairy place where people are pissed off other people and so on and so forth, and people
I
trying
can
to
see
take
my
the group
dad.
down.
What the hell are you doing? Like white trash. My God, talking about midget porn.
You are white trash, though. You know that.
I
That's-
am white
Okay.
trash.
All right. All right. All right.
Father reminded me.
Thank you.
Well, I for one, I actually follow Amy's Nipples Daily on Facebook.
I need
and
to start
Instagram.
a page for my tits.
Yeah, I don't know about the rest of you guys, but
I'm not really a guy that they're cool and all. Don't get me wrong, big titties are cool, but I don't know. I like the little titties.
I don't have big ones, so.
Yeah, yours are like absolutely perfect, especially for your frame and everything like that. And I think we need to see them more.
Do I need to say, "Oh, thank you," or should I be offended?
We know
I
you.
don't know.
Blunt.
That's up to you. How drunk are you
rare
right
that
now?
that
I guess
ever
that's
happens.
really. I think that's the bigger question here. I mean, I guess it depends on how tipsy you are.
I'm super tipsy right now.
All right, show them titties. Yeah. Yeah.
What
Shannon
are you doing
Russell still
tipsy
there?
on a what is it, Tuesday night?
I was expecting to go toe to toe with Joshua, who's a cunt, Lee or whatever his
Yeah,
name is,
yeah.
but he chickened out on me.
He did.
Who is that?
It's a guy that we know. I actually added him in when we first started the group because we know him. We actually know him in our personal life, and I thought he had a sense of humor that he could appreciate this sort
Well,
of
do
thing.
you guys do you require like a Wonderlic test or something when you approve these requests?
What
well,
is that?
Yeah, we do.
Well, you got to be able to spell your name.
Well, and we do
like
have a
that.
couple of
Fill out
questions,
that
and usually if folks answer the questions, even if they're truthfully, because we have some oddball questions that you have to answer when you come into the group, and if you answer them, I don't care what your answer is, 9 times out of 10, I'm going to go ahead and instantly approve it. If you have
Does
not,
anybody even look at that, really?
Well, that's me. I'll be honest. Anybody that adds
You'd
me
be
to the group,
surprised.
I'm not answering those fucking questions.
I don't either.
Seriously.
What?
I'll
I do
answer
with
them,
some
but not seriously.
How'd you get in the group? How
the fuck did y'all get in group then? Get in
I
group.
don't answer questions.
I don't either. And like I said, if I do, I
Amy, you're an
Like
admin
shit.
now. I want you to block yourself.
am I an admin?
Yeah,
I
you-
am now. I'm an admin.
Yeah, you're a fucking admin. You
but
got.
about time.
But she's an admin on an account that's Zuck right now.
Oh, well. Then we need
I
to.
feel so powerful right now.
Well, I need
God,
to.
I
We need
just
to
came. I just had an orgasm.
we need to declare Amy Day in Family Smack.
I
Like,
love
we-
that
we-
idea.
We need to create our own holidays, and we'll just commemorate shit that happens in
Where
Family
did Shannon
Smack.
Russell go?
Shannon Russell needs to get more minutes on her phone.
I am on here.
Oh, there she is. What up? How you doing?
All right.
Shannon
so,
had somebody triggered, yesterday or the other? Craig, y'all remember Craig? Crazy Bama fan Craig?
No.
Oh, he's gross.
Yeah,
He is so gross.
he goes straight for the throat and shit all the time,
Well, he's just gross. I mean, he's not even funny flirty. He's gross.
What's his name? Craig what? Let's put him on blast.
Craig Bama Smith.
Yeah.
Yes.
Craig what?
Bama Smith.
He's
or
been in
whatever
the
his
group,
name-
Shannon. He was the one that wanted your address months ago. He wanted to come to he
remember
wanted to
that.
come down to Birmingham and
Yeah.
whoop
I
your
think I
ass.
gave him. I think
Hold on, hold
You
on,
did.
hold
You
on.
gave me your address.
I gave him my address.
You don't remember that, Shannon? It was early in the group.
I do.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, and you know the funny thing is, and then we became so nice to him, and he went off on me yesterday in Lee's group, and
you know why?
It wasn't
It's all the Clemson shit. It's all the Clemson shit finally got to him.
But I guess, but it wasn't even a post about Bama or Clemson. It was.
Yeah, it was. No, wait a minute. You posted something. You posted something about
Bama or Clemson.
You
Come on,
posted something
Shannon.
about Dabo on Father's Day, did you not?
Yeah, it's about
but he went off
Bama's
on
your
me.
Daddy, blah blah blah.
Yeah,
He went off on the actual post that he went off on me yesterday and blocked me was not a Bama post.
Oh, that's the big butt hurt right there.
Well, it was the Father's Day. It was the Father's Day one that got it. I'm telling you right now, I know my Bama fans.
Yeah.
When you called Dabo Daddy, that pushed him right over the fucking head.
I'd do it if
I'm a
it.
fan, and it didn't push me over the edge.
I'd do it if he had a winning record against Saban, but he doesn't.
You're not retarded. Amy.
Well, that's debatable. I mean, I am on this podcast. Hashtag Shannon Smack.
True.
I mean, Craig may be. Craig, actually, if you follow him and look at him for a while, he might be a little retarded. I don't know.
Oh, without question, he is.
You're not allowed to use retarded anymore. You have to use some other term like
Sped.
special needs or some shit.
Yeah. It's a fucking word, man.
What? I don't want you being offensive on my fucking show.
Sped. My kids used
Yeah,
to
don't be retarded, Walker. Damn.
Hey, I typed that shit like twice earlier today. You can't get zucked for it. Sure.
What?
Oh, you
for retarded?
For anything.
How about if you call
somebody's reporting your ass if you get zucked for that.
How about if you just say tard? Can you just say tard and be done with it?
I'll just say Bama fan. That's what he is. He's just a Bama fan. But anyway,
I'm so offended right now.
I mean, not all of you are like that. I'm just saying, Craig went off on Shannon, and I think he even left the fucking group and shit. He got like super mad.
Oh, hold up. What group was this?
Gross.
He might have left the group to come to my house.
You know Shannon, she doesn't really troll hard I mean, she trolls, but she's not going to insult you and really put you down on a thread,
No.
And this motherfucker left.
She keeps the high.
Can I ask? Walter, what group was this in?
What group? NCAA something.
Oh, okay.
Oh, the smash.
No wonder I
something.
didn't see it.
Yeah. I'll probably dig it up. I think.
So I'm going to go quiet for a minute while I walk in to do that.
No, I want you to hold the phone down to your urine, and I want to hear every last drop. I want to hear what you do. This has been a great show. The show did not turn out like we thought it would, but it's been an adventure, and I don't know. I've enjoyed the ride.
I didn't think Shannon was going to join us. I'm glad she did.
I'm glad she did. Balls of steel. She always brings balls of steel when she comes on Smacking Off. Go get some minutes for your phone.
I think Shannon's drunk too.
Her phone is. Her phone service is. Her phone service is strung out on ketamine right now.
Shannon, hold on. Let me ask you a question. Seriously.
All right.
A serious question.
What?
With all this mad posts you make on these groups sometimes, how often do you drink? You're not doing all that shit sober, are you, surely?
I think that's a show right there. Let's just.
Don't tempt me.
Thank you, Amy. Amy did that for me. That was a flush for me. When I heard that toilet flush, I heard the word Shannon Madden. It was beautiful.
Okay, I'm sorry.
All right, y'all.
Flush.
We're going to bust ass out of here. I think it's time to go. Thank you all so much for contributing to Smacking Off, the podcast.
Good night, guys.
Walter,
y'all.
Walter, we'll have you on to do your Auburn segment soon. Yeah. And Shannon, we'll have you on to do a Clemson segment soon.
And if Alabama loses to LSU, we will never have Shannon Russell on again. All right, let's do it.
Find Smacking Off the podcast on Facebook and on YouTube. And don't forget to watch our regular Facebook Live weekly episode on Sunday 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 Pacific.